Okay, so everybody's heard the rumor about eating carbohydrates at night will cause you to turn into a vampire in the morning. And I'm here to tell you that it's simply just not true, all right? So I've been working with people for 20 years now. I've been in this fitness industry for quite some time. I work with more athletes, but at this point in time, it's just kind of becoming redundant and just ridiculous. If you're trying to lose weight, which that's the vast majority of people, even working with athletes, it's a lot of times they want to lose weight because they're trying to get ready for a certain competition, vice versa. Maybe they need to gain weight. But another problem is, they want to enhance their performance capabilities. But regardless, having a lower body fat is always better. One, everybody wants to look good, all right? So just get that one out the way because that's the main reason why people want to lose weight. Two, from an athletic standpoint, the least amount of non-functional weight that you carry is better, all right? Because that means that the majority of your weight is coming from lean body mass, and lean body mass is more important than pieces of shit fat hanging off your body. Now, let's go back to the myth of carbs at night making you fat. All right. Now I could cite a lot of research, and if you want the research, I'll be more than happy to put up another post or respond to you with all the research. But I'm sorry, I'm not smart enough to remember every single citation I've ever read in my life. Okay. But if you want the research, I can definitely give it to you. Okay. So let's just break it down real simple. Some keynotes. Number one, calorie balance is key. Meaning, I'm not saying it's the healthiest way. I'm just saying that calorie balance is key. A calorie is a unit of measurement of energy. Some calories hold more power than others, whatever. Now, you gotta have a key. You gotta have a calorie deficit. Okay, you gotta have a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. More on that on another video on another day. Okay, so there's your first key point. Calorie balance, that is the amount of calories that you are burning and the amount of calories you're taking in. Calorie deficit, number two, which is how you're gonna lose weight. All right, number three, been proven time and time again. And I also used to believe this around 99, 2000, 2003, so on. I was one of these trainers that would say this, like, eat your carbs during the day, don't eat them at night. Now, that works, okay? Because the thought process was by us gurus that if you ate carbohydrates at night and you did not burn these carbohydrates, then they would then turn to fat overnight because they weren't being utilized. And then in theory, that makes fantastic sense, all right? And in research, that shit doesn't happen, all right? So congratulations, you can now eat your carbohydrates at night. Now, you're gonna have to eat your limit. You're gonna have to find out your calorie ratios and your macronutrient ratios, your calorie deficits, and your maintenance levels, and blah, 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 blah. All right, that's my job if you work with me, okay? I do all that work for you. But what I'm trying to say is that if you eat carbohydrates at night, you won't wake up the next morning as a vampire. And you won't wake up as a fat vampire the next morning either, all right? Because the reason is that the body, if in a deficit, cannot put on extra weight. It simply cannot do that, all right? I don't know how to say it any other basic way except for, hey, if you are in a calorie deficit and you eat carbohydrates, all of them at night, you won't get fat. It's not possible, okay? So, if you are an athlete in jiu-jitsu, combat sports, judo, MMA, well, Jules, are you trying to tell me that you recommend for me to basically not eat a lot of carbohydrates at night and then just eat all my carbs? I'm sorry, not eat a lot of carbohydrates during the day and then eat my carbohydrates at night. You can do that, I would not do that. There's certain protocols to that. Let's say you're not trying to lose weight and you're already walking around at 10% body fat or lower. I would recommend eating not a lot, but a decent amount of carbohydrates in the morning with your protein and everything to make sure that you are giving your body quick energy. Carbohydrates break down to glucose. Glucose goes into your bloodstream. You start doing high intensity exercises like hitting the bags, sparring, rounds in jiu-jitsu, rounds in judo. You're gonna need ATP. That ATP is gonna have to come from sugar. When there's no more sugar, then it comes from fat. But you're already lean, so there's no need to like try to work the system to make yourself leaner and live off of fat and not eat carbs, do the keto shit. I would recommend eating carbohydrates throughout the day. For layman terms, for people just in regular terms, if you are trying to lose weight, it doesn't really matter how you implement it. You are gonna have to think about what's gonna work best for you though, because studies once again have shown that when you eat carbohydrates, your body has to release insulin in order to effectively dispose of the glucose properly, break the carbs down, use it for energy. And then those levels drop around 3 hours. If you're eating every 3 hours, it's not a big deal, I guess. But the problem is if you're not going to eat 3 hours, you're constantly going to cause your hunger hormones to kick in. I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Don't worry. You need to lose weight, I can get you to lose weight. It's not a big deal. All right? Gonna have to have some tenacity. Gonna have some grit, you know, and some work ethic, just like everything else in life. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Okay? You want your car to run nice and clean, well, you're gonna have to take care of it. Okay? You want your body to look nice and clean, you're gonna have to take care of it. You want to perform well, you're gonna have to take care of it. I know what else to tell you. If it was magic, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But it doesn't work that way. All right? So if you're willing to put in the work, feel free to contact me. If you are one of those people that like, well, I don't really like to count and I mean this and that, sure, I can give you a method of utilizing some tools that would probably help you. But at the same time, you're just gonna have to just suck it up and understand that if it was just easy, then you wouldn't be overweight. All right? If it came natural to you, then you wouldn't be having to talk to me as it is. Okay? So, it's okay. You can eat almost no carbohydrates throughout the day and eat the majority of them every night, and you won't have an issue. If you are someone who works out later in the evening, if you're someone who goes to, say, a jiu-jitsu or an MMA practice in the evening, you can come home, shower, cook your meal, and eat a fair, decent, hell, 80% of your carbohydrates for the whole entire day in that one meal. And your body will utilize it to restore its glucose levels for energy. And as long as you stay in a calorie deficit, you won't gain weight.